Tonight we have Richie from Boston who says that he's captured the moon coming out of a portal.
You can clearly see the outside edges cooling or something like that. When it comes out of the portal, it is in a liquid state. And I knew this back in November, but I didn't realize that the Book of Enoch backs it up entirely.
Apparently, that's how the moon rises at night, or raises, whatever. Apparently, it comes out of a portal, and then it has this cooling light, and then it disappears back into a portal near daytime, or daylight. So, we're going to be going over his shitty evidence for moon portals. Also, there's the whole cooling light thing that I can explain and all that. Let's go, Richie. What have you got for us?
Hey, what's up, YouTube? It's Richie from Boston. It's the 16th. It's April. It's 2019. And you are looking at footage that I took of the moon coming up over the Atlantic Ocean. Now, if you followed my channel, you've probably seen this video and you understand why this means so much to me. I took this footage on November 24th, 2018. I was standing on the beach. I had to get to the ocean with my Nikon P1000 and videotape the moon coming up for whatever reason. It's just one of those inside urges you have to go do. Now, I'm not necessarily a big fan of the cold weather. Well, on November 24th on the Atlantic Ocean on the beach, it was cold.
Richie from Boston here thinks that the moon is made out of plasma. And he thinks this because apparently the atmospheric refraction that's going on in this particular video that he shot, he doesn't actually believe that. He believes, because of this old footage, that moon is made out of plasma and that it gives off its own light. His evidence here is, as you can tell on the sides of it, it's kind of ripply, and the moon's surface seems, in his perspective, to move around a little bit. I can assure you the moon isn't moving, it's just the refraction in the atmosphere that's causing it to distort. You can also see this like for yourself whenever you look at like something in the water. If you see something in the water, the light is refracted, so it's not exactly where you see it when you're looking in the water. There's a lot of cool like visual tricks that you can play with that, but it's the same basic concept here. It seems like it's moving, or it seems like these things are changing or whatnot, but it's really not. It's just the fact that the moon is moving relative to his position on the earth and the refraction that's occurring in the atmosphere.
But this is what I caught on video, and if you pay attention, you can notice that these dark spots, these objects, are in flux. They're fluid. They're moving. So
the reason why that the moon is kind of red right now is due to the atmosphere. The light is hitting the atmosphere in just a way to where it's scattering the red portion of the electromagnetic spectrum, and that is what's being cast upon the moon.
Now, people are going to call it atmospheric lensing, etc., all the other scientific terms that NASA's given people to explain things that we can see.
Oh, but here at Richie from Boston, we say, fuck that shit. We don't care about the actual natural explanations. Let's get some supernatural shit in here. Let's draw some fucking portals around in this place. Let's conspiracy theory the fucking shit up all the way.
That they completely rename and give another reason for. Do you see what I'm saying? Pay attention to these spots, these dots. They're all moving. The outside edge of the moon is moving. The Book of Enoch and many other texts explain to us that the moon is a lesser light. Pay attention to these dots. You're seeing them move.
No, you only perceive them to be shimmering or moving because of the atmospheric refraction that is occurring. Lensing can also bring up some stuff for you on like Google, but mainly it's people that are responding to the phrase atmospheric lensing, but it's refraction that's occurring.
Do you see what I mean? I could see this with my eyes. The outside edge of the moon was continually moving exactly like a fluid or a plasma. Once the moon got to a certain height in the sky, it was no longer red.
You can see the atmosphere, like at one particular point down there, Like part of the moon detached from the moon. Where did that moon matter go? Moon plasma. How much do you think moon plasma sells for on the black flat earth market? Oh man, do you think that I could get some like red jelly and be like, this is moon plasma? Yeah, you can use this, you can eat it. It tastes just like cherry, but don't worry, you eat it right up and you'll become part of the moon one day. Like, I'm fairly certain that I could probably sell that to people that believe that the moon's made out of plasma.
I've got grape jelly.
You got grape jelly?
Yeah.
Too bad it's not like cherry or something, because I mean, this moon's kind of red right now.
We usually just like strawberry jelly.
I'm sure I could get Robbie Davidson to buy some moon plasma.
It turned white, and then it got exponentially colder outside. The moon gives off a cold light. I caught this on video.
Okay, no, he didn't catch it on video. To explain the cool moonlight, you have to understand how things retain heat and how the atmosphere actually affects that. So when the sun goes down, the earth is going to give off, it's going to radiate that heat, right? It's radiant energy. And so as the moon, ascends into the sky and everything like that, it gets cooler throughout the night because the earth is giving off of the heat that it collected during the day. But the atmosphere can allow it to trap that heat and keep it, somewhat the same temperature. But it does decrease in temperature. What they do is they test like outside just in the general area, and you'll have one temperature, and then it'll be hotter underneath some kind of canopy or something like that, right? Well, that's because the canopy restricts the amount of radiant energy that's allowed to escape just into the air. And so that convection or whatnot that keeps stuff hot underneath the canopy will cause you to get one reading, while out in the open where the heat is allowed to like escape in all directions, it has a cooler like reading. So that's what he's saying here, and you can go over to like Greater Sapiens channel, and you can find his experiment where he tests with a moon and without a moon, and you will be able to find out that it doesn't radiate any kind of heat really. I believe the moon actually reflects about 10% of the sun's light, like at 10% power or whatnot. So that's what that is.